Warriors will be hosting the Richmond Spiders at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, November 28th. The game will be played at the Capital One Arena, and the game will be televised on CBS Sports Network. So Richmond had a really rough game against Hampton. They got beat by 22 points. Marrow scored 38 points for Hampton. He's guarded at Newport News, Virginia. Richmond definitely wishes they had him right now, especially because he's a local kid. Richmond is ranked 181st in the Ken Palm rankings. Liberty and Appalachian State, who Georgetown plays in a couple of weeks, are ahead of them in the Ken Palm rankings, even though Richmond's a bigger name because Richmond was in the Sweet 16 in 2011. So Richmond's 145th in offense efficiency and 253rd defense efficiency. They do shoot the ball from inside the arc pretty well. They shoot, or really well, sorry. They are 11th in two-point percentage at 61%. They're 38th in overall field goal percentage at 49%, but they're a terrible three-point shooting team, shooting 30%, which is ranked 288th. Defensively, they're not a very good field goal defensive team. They allow 58% from 2, 36% from 3, 48% from the field, 339th in overall field goal percentage defensively. Richmond does force turnovers. They don't allow many, and they don't allow many assists. They allow 7.3 assists for every 10 turnovers, although some guys are putting on individual shows for opponents against Richmond. They don't have to pass the ball because they have an open layup or they have an open three-point shot. They can just shoot off the dribble, and just pull up, and there's no one in the area to guard them. So Georgetown needs to stay aggressive. If there's opportunities, Georgetown needs to shoot it with opportunities. They can't pass up a good shot and end up getting a bad shot because guys are overly concerned about moving the ball. I'm not saying it's important to move the ball, but I'm saying guys need to take their shots if they feel like it's a good shot. So, rebounding, the reason why Richmond is not a great offensive team overall, they're 145th, even though they're a great field goal percentage team offensively, is because they only get 16% of the offensive rebounds at rate 345th in the country. Hampton got really hot from 3 against Richmond, shooting 10 of 23. Richmond could not shoot it at all. They shot 3 of 21 in that game. Three-point ball is always the great equalizer. So that's why Hampton smoked Richmond. That was an upset because Richmond was a 10-point favorite. So Richmond has some injuries with Jacob Gilliard and Sherrard. Jacob Gilliard is day-to-day, and Sherrard, he has a knee injury. I'm really not sure what his status is. This is not the NFL or the NBA where they'll tell you right away how long the timetable. Guys, they just say that's all it said, day-to-day. So Jacob Gilliard's really the 5'9" guard, 28 assists, 13 turnovers, and Sherrard was their best three-point shooter last year. But Grant Golden is still there. He's averaging 20 points a game, and he's 6'8", 240. So this guy can really play. Georgetown needs to keep an eye on him. This guy's gonna come in the paint and really try to get an edge on the paint, especially against inexperienced players with Georgetown. They're gonna try to get them and some of the big men in foul trouble. That's gonna be Richmond's plan. So, and Martin Kao, that's the guy, he scored 23 points yesterday, so he's someone that might step up for Richmond. But the reason why Richmond didn't have a good game offensively is because other than Kao and Golden, none of the starters had more than 2 points, even though a bench player had 8 points, but none of the starters had more than 2 points other than those 2 players. So Georgetown just needs to make those 2 take tough shots, stay out of foul trouble, and offensively just every time it's a good shot, have to take advantage of every single good shot you get. And there's no excuse, and can't overpass it. James Akinjo has a drive. He can't get caught up in the air and then make a pass without much zip on the ball. Turnovers. If Georgetown doesn't turn the ball over, they're going to win. And they just can't be silly in the last 6 minutes like they were against Campbell. I'm so disgusted about those last 6 minutes against Campbell, getting outscored by 14. But they're happy. It's good that they won. Richmond's not a very good team, but this is their bowl game. Richmond, that's their whole goal this season, is to beat Georgetown. I mean, they won 9 games in the A-10 last year, but they were 12-20 last year, but they almost beat Georgetown. Richmond thinks they can win this game again. It would make Richmond's season if they could upset Georgetown on the road. Richmond's a weird team. He gets smoked by Wake Forest, and they almost beat Boston College last year.